Hello and welcome to the post-match show of the IPL. Today, a double-header day. A question that I am a bit tired of asking: what is going wrong with DC? We'll come to that. But the second match, PBKS LSG. PBKS won by 2 wickets. It was a close game overall, so we'll discuss it. Raja sir, coming to you first. First thoughts on Shubhan's favorite player, Shubhan's player Sikandar Raza's knock.
I think he played well, but tonight I think it was Shahrukh who took them over the line. You have to give it to him. Tremendous knock under pressure. It's a very small knock in terms of runs scored. It seems very small when you look at what Sikandar Raza has done, but I think under pressure, especially after Sikandar Raza got out, for Shahrukh to play the kind of knock that he did, two sixes of the fastest bowler in the tournament, and then to hit the best leg spinner on view tonight. I think terrific under pressure from Shahrukh, and I think they deserve the win. They've had to work very hard for that, Punjab Kings, but I think
Right.
somewhere down the line, Rahul missed a trick. He got in Ravi Bishnoi so late that it is mystifying. I do not understand this decision at all. For 15 overs, Ravi Bishnoi was in the field and did not get to bowl a single delivery. Uh, I'm going to spend a lifetime trying to understand that decision of KL Rahul's.
And as you talk about Shah Rukh Khan, I think he hit the six of the first ball he came and with some
Right.
style. Yeah. And yes, Shubhan.
This was the back to back. This was his back to back matches where he has started his scoring by hitting a six. So yeah, kudos to him for playing a good knock. But let's ask Rahul about Rahul. KL Rahul, we are talking about Rahul. First, KL Rahul's knock, 74 of 56 deliveries at a strike rate of 132. Strike rate is something which we always talk about when KL Rahul somehow starts to score runs. But 74, and then the point which Rajaraman made, not bowling Ravi Bishnoi early, at least, and ending up with just 2.3 overs from his tally. So thoughts about that? His batting first, and then his captaincy.
Yes, KL Rahul knock was the much awaited one because he hasn't been in best of his forms since the beginning of the league, and he was also not much confident also, and he was waiting for this big knock, and finally he got it. And World Cup is also around the corner, and everyone need him to be back in form. And yes, obviously, he brought Ravi Bishnoi a bit late in the match. I was also wondering why he should have bowled just after the end of the power play. I think that should have played a key role in helping Lucknow Super Giants winning the match.
Well,
Yeah,
Raja
true.
sir,
That's a good point.
coming to you on the same question on strike rate, KL Rahul strike rate. Do you think LSG could have uh, put some 15-20 runs more if Rahul had accelerated after he got that 40 ball 50? Your thoughts on that?
Definitely, he should have been scoring faster, not only after getting to the 50, but even before that. You have got your eye in, you have played yourself in, you're able to play the shots. I do not understand why David Warner earlier in the day and KL Rahul later have been playing the kind of knocks uh, that I think are good enough to in terms of runs scored, but not good enough in terms of the quality of runs or in terms of the strike rate that can help their team. I think they really need to put their strike rate and ensure that it lasts for a long time. Not as you play 20 runs in 10 balls and then you get dismissed. But I think Rahul and David Warner in that earlier game, they really need to understand that you can score all the runs you want, but your team needs you to score faster. And I think when you take up a few deliveries in dots or in even in singles, I think your team suffers a lot. And I think Lucknow had paid a price because Rahul did not kick on at that
Hmm.
point of time.
But Rahul reached a milestone today, fastest 4,000 runs in IPL.
That tells you what he's capable of. I mean, to my mind, if you've scored 4,000 runs the fastest, it tells me that you played the earlier seasons really well and you've not been able to do what you've done before in this season. He's not been in the best of nicks, and I think his team needs, his coaches need to sit down and have a conversation with him, and perhaps make him realize that when he scores runs at a faster clip is when his team stands a greater chance of winning the match. But tonight, I think it really was about managing the resources. Even after getting to that score, I don't think he managed the resources really well. I was always convinced that he was not the best replacement option for Rohit Sharma. I think this match proved more or less what I've been thinking about his captaincy.
Yes, Shubham.
And I think Rajaraman is spot on here, and I was pretty much baffled when KL Rahul was well set, and he was just knocking around Sikandar Raza or Harpreet Brar. He could have hit those slot balls for boundaries and sixes, but he decided to pick up singles and twos, and that is where I think the likes of Gautam Gambhir and others need to sit around with KL Rahul and tell him that see, you have all the strokes in your bag. We know what KL Rahul is capable of. He's a supreme batter, but somehow in the middle, I don't know. Putting a price on his wicket is a fair point, but somehow you need to start scoring run, which matters for your team. KL Rahul has been in the orange cap race. He always scores tons of runs in IPL, but somehow his team doesn't do well, and maybe this is one of the reasons why they lose out on those crucial small moments in the match. But Rahul, I won't ask you about KL Rahul this time around, but about a certain player called Sikandar Raza. He played a good knock, half century. He hasn't had the best of matches in the previous set of games, but today he showed why he's so highly rated in the international circuit.
I think Rohan
Yes,
now.
Rohan, yeah, you start first. Yeah,
No, no, no. I was going to say that after Rahul, you should also talk about Sikandar Raza because you had a brilliant chat with Sikandar Raza.
right,
So
right.
Rahul, please go on.
Sikandar Raza playing in his first ever IPL, and he also became the ICC Player of the Year, if I am not wrong. Yeah, and as I
Was
think
he?
he
I
played
don't think he
around.
won it.
Acha, I think he had played
I
I
forgot.
think 3 to 4 important knock for Zimbabwe last year and in T20 World Cup also. So he has been in his peak form of his life and playing in his
Right.
first ever IPL. And today the knock he played, I think he played a key role in helping Punjab Kings because without his knock, I think it wouldn't have been possible for Punjab Kings to pass the line. And really, the shots he played around the ground, he was really impressive tonight. So I'm looking forward to some big knocks like this in upcoming matches from Sikandar Raza.
But he was
And
spotted.
As a,
Sorry,
yeah.
Rohan.
yes,
But Sikandar Raza was pottering around initially. He got going only slightly late in the innings. He was so
Yes.
scratchy that
Yeah,
this is not the Sikandar Raza that we were looking forward to watching. But I think when he changed pace and he started middling the ball a little more, when he set aside his apprehensions, I think he was more useful to the team. But he punished himself the most when he got out. He punished himself the most. You saw visuals of him putting his head down in disgust. He should have finished the game for his team. I think there is a lesson in that for him. And lucky for him that Shahrukh stayed back and scored all those runs that were important for the side, and running so hard in the end to retain strike, especially with Rabada at the other end. I think uh, Sikandar Raza should have finished the game with his own bat rather than leave it to Shah Rukh Khan.
okay.
and he
But
also
I
Absolutely.
waited
And
for this moment. And he also waited for this moment for a long time. Finally he got his IPL contract, and it's a dream come true moment for Sikandar Raja. Scoring winning runs.
but
and
but I
Sikandar
would
Raza
say
is
that
36.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, Rohan.
So
He's
I would say
36, and,
that
and when I say
sorry, go
yes,
on.
Rohan, please,
Go ahead.
please. Ye- Yeah, so what I was telling, I spoke to him. I did an interview when he was nominated for the ICC Player of the Year. By the way, he was in the Team of the Year. He was nominated for the T20 and ODI Player of the Year, but missed out on the ultimate award. But when I spoke to him, I before the auctions, I just tweeted that Sikandar Raza with all his form, could be a good player in the IPL auction. And there were many who commented that he's 36, he has no future. Why bid for such player who won't give you 3 years down the line? And I asked him this question in the interview, and he gave a brilliant answer. He's one of the most brilliant minds that I have spoken to. And let's take a look at what he said about his age factor, and then we will continue with our conversation. Please, Swapnil, I'll ask our producer to play that one.
Uh, if I have to ask you that, I mean, I posted on Twitter that Sikandar Raza deserves a contract, but at the same time, I saw many comments on my post that, Sikandar Raza is 36, no future. Do you really think age is a factor? I don't think so.
Again, I would try and give my balanced opinion. Success isn't guaranteed to young guys or young people. Please, unless you tell me that success is only guaranteed to only young humans, and then I understand that, I'm happy to call it off. Being successful at a particular age, my message to that would be, if somebody thinks like that, then I hope all those people who are thinking like that, I wish you really best of luck in your 20s, because 30s may sound like a failure. So, and for those who think the other way, all I wanted to say is, please don't allow age to restrict you from achieving your goals. If I happen to get to IPL at 36, then what's stopping others? IPL, in my opinion, is directly related to performances, to your skills, to your fitness, to your attitude, to your commitment, to your energy, to your discipline, to the sacrifices. So it has nothing to do, in my opinion, it has nothing to do with the age. So people who have difference of opinion, I honestly respect your opinion, and that is okay. Plus, franchise contracts are not a 10-year agreement. It's just pretty much a year or 2 months, 8 weeks contracts. So if it happens to be, it happens to be. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So those comments, it doesn't really say anything. It doesn't really bother me. Even at the same time, who people are saying, yeah, Raza deserves to be there, I thank for their comment and love, but it doesn't guarantee anything. But I still appreciate. So whichever way the pendulum swings, I'm at peace. All I would say is, and hopefully it will change the perspective of the viewers who are listening, if you have something to do with the age, then I really wish you being successful at a young age. If you don't, clearly you have a mindset of not being successful when you get slightly older. And to those who do not believe in the age theory, all I'm saying is, please do not let the age come in the way of your goals. You just do not know when you'll succeed. Stay at it, stay true to yourself, stay to your hard work, and have faith, and you never know where you may end up.
Yes, absolutely. And what I was getting was, Sikandar Raza's knock was important because the openers did not fire. Prav Simran got out, Taide got out. So that was an important one. But the next one I would ask Raja sir, thoughts on Sam Curran's death over bowling. How was his performance?
And his captaincy as well. Did a very important role in the absence of Shikhar Dhawan.
I think he led the team really well. He must have known only this morning that Shikhar is not going to play. Would have had very little time to mentally prepare himself for a role like this. But he did a very good job under pressure, rotating the bowlers and then bringing himself on. And he's very good at the death, and we all know that. I mean, it's no secret, and it's not a surprise that he bowled some very good deliveries in the end. But I think Lucknow Super Giants have only themselves to blame, rather than while we don't want to deny Sam Curran any credit, I think Lucknow Super Giants left things too easy. They should have been looking at a score of about 200 runs. I think KL spoke about how they needed those 10 or 15 runs extra, and how many of the catches were taken on the line. And he speaks about how on another day they might have gone for sixes and they would have got those 15 runs. But the fact is they did not go for sixes. They were taken on the line. They were caught, and they have only themselves to blame for that.
Okay.
And Rajaraman, thoughts on two pacers who made their debut, Yudhvir Singh Charak from Jammu and from Karnataka. In the other match was Vijay Kumar Vaishak. Thoughts on them? How did you like them in the first look? in IPL.
I liked the lad from Karnataka. He playing his first home game and playing in
Right.
Chinnaswamy under pressure with so many fans watching you and not knowing enough about you can be additional
Mm.
pressure. But I think he coped pretty well with that. Picked up those wickets for his side at critical times, and I have a feeling that some of the batters must have underestimated him, been a slightly complacent against him, and given him wicket. But he's not going to complain. I think he had a good debut for RCB tonight, and he will remember this game for a long time. He was pretty good, but the challenge will be to continue doing the good work over a number of matches and a number of seasons. We've seen people come and go. We've seen people excel in one season and then go missing. You need to be like, say, Varun Chakravarti, consistent picking up wickets. You need to be like Ravi Bishnoi, who might have had to wait a couple of seasons because he was not playing on spin friendly tracks, but see how he's come back and kept himself so relevant to the side. I think that is what these fast bowlers, these medium pacers, fast medium bowlers will need to keep in mind. Reinvent themselves after every IPL season and then come back fresh so that they stay relevant to the team.
Exactly. Yes, Rahul, coming to you, the same one, debutant Vijay Kumar, right? Vijay Kumar
Vijay
from
Vijay
Canada.
Vaishak Vijay
Yeah,
Kumar. Yeah.
three wickets. His pace is a tricky one, 130 average. And do you think he was a surprise package for the batters,
Yes, really,
Rahul?
he was, playing at his home ground, and also I noticed that he has performed really well in the local league, and finally RCB signed him just few days ago, and obviously it's no impressive, the in front of the home fans when you perform like this, and but especially I think that it was impressive from Yudhvir Singh on his debut. He was bowling really well in the power play over, I think getting those wickets in the power play really played a key role, but unfortunately the match gone in favor of Punjab. But he bowled really well in the power play. I noticed that.
Okay. Shubhan?
Yes, yes, and talking about that match, Rajaraman, a pumped up Virat Kohli scoring a half century, celebrating in front of that DP dugout. Thoughts on that knock? Bagged him player of the match. Although I thought it was a bit tricky given that Vijay Kumar Vaishak bowled such a good spell. But thoughts on Virat Kohli? How he's looking in this season?
I
And
think he
sir,
was
Yes,
adding
Rohan.
to that, thoughts on Virat Kohli's celebration also was so much, so much aggression. Thoughts on
Aggression.
everything.
I think we stick to his batting. He batted
Yeah.
brilliantly, he's found the nick, the kind of shots, the range of shots that he's playing now tells us that he's on top of his game. After a while, it has taken him a while to get back to this place. He's enjoying his cricket. You can make that out,
Right.
and he's perhaps gone back to being the aggressive person on the field, taking those catches, gesturing at people, staring at some. I think Virat was being Virat. I think that part of who he is, and I really don't think he can really shed that. And to some people, he gives great joy even when he's so aggressive, when he's so pumped up. And I don't think he went overboard because he knows the match referee is watching. He knows that people will come back at him at the slightest hint of failure, and he's not getting any younger. But he
Yeah.
was a treat to watch today with the bat, and I think that is what RCB will want from him, and the kind of catching that he showed on the field, and the kind of enthusiasm he had, geeing up everybody on the field. I think it's very critical that they have started to enjoy the cricket and they've started to perform to potential. Perhaps they have found the code. They have cracked the code, so to say, to be able to get those runs. Again, they fell about 20-25 runs short. Uh, I was talking about 220 in the pre-show. Shumain will remember that. You really want the team to kick on and get past 200. I think they failed today. They gifted a lot of wickets, but I think in the end, because they were saying this is not the typical Chinnaswamy wicket, it was kind of gripping the ball was gripping the surface a little bit, and it was tough against the spinners. Kuldeep bowled a couple of very good overs. I think 175 was never going to be enough, but Virat can take credit for putting RCB in the place that they were eventually in. Of course, Vishak Vijay Kumar deserved a good look in at the Man of the Match award, at the biggest of the awards, especially for someone who was playing his first game. But I think Virat set it up so nicely, and he picked up those three catches. And I think all the fantasy games, he would have picked up those additional points for the three catches as well. So I guess he became the big player of the game, the key player for the catches.
Yes. So as we talk about RCB's batting, as Rajesh sir said, 174 was at Chinnaswamy is not such a great total, but Delhi failed to chase that also. And talking about Delhi's batting, yes, Prithvi Shaw, that was unlucky run out, but again, a dark and Mitchell
That was
Marsh.
not unlucky. That
No,
was not unlucky. He was very slow off the blocks. He was.
Very slow, yeah.
That Rohan sympathizes a lot with Prithvi Shaw. Yeah, he deserved the sympathy, but not tonight. I think he was slow off the block. He wanted the single, slow off the blocks, and it was an outstanding piece of fielding, wasn't it? The first
Fantastic.
dive
Yeah, Anuj Rawat.
was to reach the ball, and then to get up and then break the stump with that throw. I think it was a
And
terrific
with
effort.
that momentum only, he just picked the ball and threw it. It
So,
was
so it's
fantastic.
more credit to the fielder than criticism of Prithvi Shaw. But Delhi Capitals needs him to fire. I think Mitch Marsh came in bowled well with picking up those two wickets, but they want his runs desperately. I think Delhi Capitals batting. To answer your question that you asked at the start, so what is it that Delhi can do better? They can surely start batting better than they have. I, with a dugout that has got so many stars, Ricky Ponting, Saurav Ganguly, Shane Watson, Praveen Amre. I mean, what more can you ask for? What more can the batters ask for? Just a clear mindset. I think that if they go and play with that mindset, if they start gelling together as a squad and feel the pain that their fans are facing, I think then they will perhaps win a few games. Going to be a tough ask for them to come back into reckoning and make it to the playoff after five successive defeats. I have been part of a Delhi team that has lost 11 games on the trot, so this is not bad at all.
Well, Rahul, your thoughts on DC's batting?
Yes, everyone was talking about that David Warner strike rate. I think no one has chipped in so far. I think except Akshar Patel and David Warner, no one was their standout performer so far. And they are talking about his strike rate. What else he can do? Because he was anchoring the innings for Delhi Capitals in all the matches. So I think his strike rate hardly plays any role. Obviously, he's anchoring the innings. I think they need the other batters also to chip in. I think Mitchell Mars also need to chip in with some runs with his wicket taking abilities. I think that's what can solve Delhi Capitals missing puzzle.
Yeah, I'm a great fan of David Warner's. No, I worked with him. I was part of the Delhi Daredevils team when he was in the
Yes,
squad.
I read your article.
But I think he really needs to score at a fast clip. When our friend Rahul here says that strike rate doesn't matter, he's giving David Warner a really long rope. You need strike rate. You need to keep an eye on strike rate in a 20-over format game. Strike rates become very important because at the end of the day, if you bat long enough and are scoring only at
Yes, like he
120.
used to do for Hyderabad, Sunriser Hyderabad, like he used to play for.
Like he did for Delhi all those years ago. He can do that. He can tell the team, he's the captain, right? He can tell the team that I'm going to try and go back to my aggressive self. You guys can play the holding role. Somebody else plays the holding role. He can say that. Nobody's going to say no to that. But in my own mind, I think David Warner is not confident enough yet. He's lost some of the edge. He's looking for the form that makes him David Warner. He's not the David Warner we know. I think he's looking for form. And when you're looking for
Yes,
form, you tend to overlook the fact that you can score at a faster clip.
exactly.
Okay. Shubham?
Final one from me. Final one from me, Rajaraman sir. Thoughts on Mohammad Siraj? We have talked about Vaishak Vijay Kumar, but Mohammad Siraj, after I remember 4 5 years back, he used to get told so much on social media due to his T20 bowling, due to his white ball bowling. But now he's looking like a different beast altogether with the new ball in the middle overs. He's looking a brilliant bowler. Thoughts on Siraj?
I think that's what confidence does to you. Uh, Contrast him with Umesh Yadav. He's been around for so long. He doesn't seem to have the confidence that a Siraj brings to the table. Siraj, to my mind, is aware of his skills. He's aware of what batters are going to do against him, and he's making the most of that situation. Now, Umesh might know that, but he's not able to hold the ball from pitching shot all the time. He's fantastic for test matches, but I think in one days, Umesh lacks the confidence that I could be wrong, but the difference between a Siraj and an Umesh is really in up here in terms of the confidence. He's not arrogant. He's not super confident that he won't be taken to the cleaners on a bad day. He will be, but I think Siraj has found the rhythm and the confidence to be effective in this format as well. He's learned the lessons and he's employing whatever he has learned on every single day. He's a revelation. He's not the most penetrative of fast bowlers as far as T20 cricket is concerned, but he does give you wickets. He does hold things up. I think he's a fabulous person to have with the new ball for RCB.
Okay. And tomorrow, again, back-to-back games, Mumbai, Kolkata, and Gujarat, Rajasthan. So, Shubhan, do you think KKR will fight back?
Another
No
rivalry.
chance.
MI KKR.
No chance.
And MI
No
dominate the
chance. Again,
T20 format.
this is the most one-sided rivalry, if we can name it. This is the most one-sided matchups in the history of IPL. Incredible how MI has dominated KKR over the years, and I feel that will continue tomorrow.
Okay. What do you think, Raja sir?
No, Shubhain knows his cricket. He knows his stats, and he's calling it a one-sided confrontation. He's looking at history. I look at the present, and Rohit Sharma's team staged that great escape in Delhi. And I think from there, they have picked up their confidence, and I think they would have found the momentum. If they can keep it going, they can beat KKR. KKR, unfortunately, lost the last game. Should have won it. Ideally, should have won it, but lost the last game. But if you go into a match looking at what has happened in the past, you're actually looking at different combinations playing against different combinations. The KKR of today is not the KKR of the past. And if this lot of 11 or 12 players these days goes into the match believing that they can pull off an amazing win against Mumbai Indians, they can. But if they start looking at stats and if they allow that to weigh them down, they would be beaten even before they step on the field.
Well,
I have seen KKR. I have seen KKR flying with the 5-match, 6-match winning streak, and then they played MI. They were absolutely dismantled by this Rohit Sharma led side. So that is why I'm telling you, this is something in the mind, as Rajaraman said. This is something in the mind which KKR always have against Mumbai Indians. So that's why I am a bit apprehensive of KKR chances there tomorrow. Or today, I can see now.
Yeah. And another one, Gujarat and Rajasthan. So, Rahul, what do you think of the two matches? What do you expect? And final one from you.
Yes, the second one is a repeat of last year final, and obviously, Rajasthan will be eyeing for the revenge. And coming to KKR versus MI, I have no expectation because KKR have hardly won, I think, once or twice at Wankhede Stadium. But still, in recent form, Mumbai will be a bit confident after their win against Delhi. And KKR, I think I expect a bit improved captaincy role from Nitish Rana and also Rinku Singh form. And also, I need all the because KKR top order has collapsed all the matches, so I need bit improved performance from the top order.
Okay. Yes, Shubhan.
Rajasthan, I think they are looking like a very very good unit. Gujarat is also a very fantastic squad, but Rajasthan, I think they are a different gravy this season. I think they have all the ability to go all the way, although a bit early, but they are looking like a different gravy, as I said.
Okay. So that's all for today, and we'll be back again. Oh, I think we'll be back today only because it's past 12. So we'll be back for the pre-match shows, 3 p.m. and the post match after two games end. So that's all for now. Thank you, Shubham, for joining. Rahul, Raja sir, it was lovely talking to you, and we'll be back again today only. So good night for now.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.